This video has been brought to you by Loot Anime. Last month's theme was New Beginnings featuring Fruits Baskets, and it had some awesome collectibles like, Godzilla. Whatever, he's cute.
I'm Godzilla.
The box also has this amazing Fruits Basket t-shirt, a Loot Anime notebook featuring their mascot and her cat, these awesome Fruits Basket pins with Yuki, Kyo, and Shigure, and this nice looking poster with an item checklist on the back. The next box's theme is Phenomenon, and it'll feature awesome products from My Hero Academia, Death Note, and more. If you want this box, just click on the link down below and subscribe to Loot Anime. He's downstairs, Sumi, jeez. Our favorite time of the year has arrived yet again. We've had our share of many tricks and treats for all of us to indulge in. This year will be no exception. So bring out the screams and terrors from the anime world. Let us begin. Are you ready this year? And honestly, I couldn't help myself. I just freaking love this character. Anime has its wide variety of spooky anime to watch around Halloween, but did you know that Halloween is a relatively new thing in Japan? Here's a little history for you. Halloween, for the most part, originated from Celtic-speaking countries like Scotland, Isle of Man, and Ireland. In pagan traditions, this day was marked in Gaelic calendars as a day to leave offerings to the spirits and old gods, while also welcoming back the spirits of the dearly departed. But as Christianity became more prominent with most of Europe, their traditions started to mesh with pagan traditions. The Christians marked November the 1st as a holy day known as All Hallows Day, so the night before was marked as All Hallows Eve. With these two influences mishmashing together, many staples of Halloween were basically created throughout the passage of time. People would dress up as a spirit-like creature and would go door to door accepting any offering the villagers could make for the spirits and the departed. Some parts of Scotland even had these individuals threaten the neighbors with tricks if they weren't offered any treats. Turnips were carved into lanterns and decorated with deranged faces that were supposed to represent the spirits. They were eventually replaced with pumpkins while adapting the name jack-o'-lanterns. The holiday in those days was a day to appease the spirits with their offerings, as well as aid any lost soul still wandering throughout purgatory to their rightful place in the afterlife. There were games, treats, pranks, and bonfires to celebrate this day of spirits and souls. No matter what your religion or place in Europe, everyone had a way to celebrate All Hallows Eve, and it was a tradition that carried its way to the United States in the late 18th century. By the 19th century, Halloween became a major holiday, acknowledged by the United States government, and was celebrated in many different ways by everyone in the early 20th century. I actually remember this one scene in the movie Meet Me in St. Louis, where children back in the early 20th century would dress up in drag, build a huge bonfire, and go door to door trying to turn their neighbors into ghosts by throwing flour at their faces. I'm guessing this is why people switched over to giving out candy, but I'd love to give that tradition a shot. But this is basically the TLDR story of Halloween, and I know there's a lot that I missed in my basic history lesson, but we're here to focus on Japan's introduction to Halloween. With how Japan was an isolated country until the late 19th century, Japan didn't really need to celebrate Halloween, especially with how the community aspect of going door to door clashed with the moral integrity of Japan. They basically do their best not to bother their neighbors, so trick-or-treating is not a thing for Japan. As Japan began to open its doors and rose to the top in technology and communication, they would recognize the holiday as an American thing, but not really celebrated until roughly 1997. Would you like to guess why? Well, we can basically pin this on good old-fashioned American capitalism. Oh god, how did that get here? Help! Super Butter Buns, help! Needless to say, Halloween is an extremely marketable time of year where we go shopping for our favorite Halloween decor and watch that one abandoned store turn into a Spirits Halloween store. One of many things I miss seeing in America, honestly. Tim Burton was becoming a household name with his insane yet lovable movies such as Beetlejuice and The Nightmare Before Christmas. More haunted houses were popping up all over America that honestly gave me nightmares when I was a kid in Georgia. Thanks, Grandma! And more Halloween movies were being made like an assembly line for better and worse. This gave an idea to theme parks to host their own exclusive parties for Halloween enthusiasts to go all out and celebrate their favorite holiday in style. The most well-known of them all, Universal Studios, started an annual tradition known as Fright Night in 1991, now known as Halloween Horror Nights. Each year, the park is filled with amazingly terrifying houses that attract a wide variety of horror thrill seekers. This then pushed Walt Disney World to cash in on the holiday, but in a more family-friendly way, known as Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Between the two feuding companies, only one of them had a thriving theme park over in Japan around this time and actually became the major reason why Halloween became a huge thing in Japan. That would be Disney when they brought Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party to Tokyo Disneyland in 1997. It would honestly take Universal another 15 years to introduce Halloween Horror Nights to Universal Osaka, but alas, Halloween fever finally hit Japan. Ever since then, Halloween in Japan is similar to how they celebrate Christmas. They don't really celebrate it for religious reasons or for heritage reasons, but more for the partying aspect. But because they don't really go trick-or-treating due to their manners, Halloween is mostly a celebration for the older crowds like teenagers and adults. Between the months of September and October, local bars and parks will host Halloween-themed parties where everyone gets to dress up or cosplay and party all night long with their ghoulish-looking hosts. And because the Halloween aspect is still relatively new in Japan, this is why you rarely see any Halloween-themed episodes in anime. The majority of horror-themed anime revolves around traditional demons from their own folklore. You never really see any characters in any anime go trick-or-treating, except for that one classic movie, Cowboy Bebop Knocking on Heaven's Door, where we see Ed attempting to go trick-or-treating with her pumpkin outfit.
Trick-or-treat! Trick-or-treat!
Shut up, kid! Halloween's tomorrow to get lost!
And you didn't really see any Western-inspired horror anime until the late 80s with animes such as Vampire Hunter D and Vampire Princess Miyu. We mostly get to see high school anime series making their own haunted houses for the school festivals, and only a handful of titles like Ouran High School Host Club, Oreimo, One Piece, and more actually get into the Halloween spirit. If anything, there's only one anime we can all think of that perfectly captures the theme of Halloween while also celebrating the day as part of their tradition. That would be Soul Eater and Soul Eater Not. With every setting dripping in Halloween decor, the students fighting Western-themed monsters such as werewolves and witches, and the girls in the spin-off series growing their own pumpkins just in time for Halloween, Soul Eater is the definitive Halloween anime as no other title has come close to capturing the spirit of Halloween like this one. So yeah, basically Halloween is just a fun party treat that people of Japan have just recently meshed into their own culture and celebrate by dressing up and going to parties. I for one would love to plan a trip to Japan around that time of year just to see it for myself. What can I say? I love Halloween and would give anything to celebrate for 2 months, despite what the Christmas marketers will tell you, and seriously, you should not be putting a Christmas tree up right now, it's still Halloween, but I digress. So tell me what you think of Halloween in Japan and which anime you love to watch around this time of year. Leave your answers in the comment section down below. I do hope you stick around to see what awesome videos we have in store for you this year. Let's get this spooky celebration started, shall we?
So when ghosts and goblins by the score ring the bell on your front door, better not be stingy or your nightmares will come true.
Okay, so I was honestly a scaredy baby when it came to haunted houses and such until around 2013 when I was working for Universal Studios in Orlando. I was getting married around the time and my husband really wanted to see Halloween Horror Nights with me, so I got used to haunted houses when I went with him. My favorite house was American Werewolf in London because I remember helping a random couple that got scared and clashed onto me. Like seriously, I was just walking by myself throughout this house and this couple just grabbed onto me at the first jump scare. They apologized and I was just like, you know what? Hang on guys, we're going in together. And honestly, it was like the most hilarious night. I just will not forget that couple. Also, are you guys afraid of haunted houses? Let me know in the comment section as well. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for more updates on our videos and such. Special thanks to our awesome Patreon supporters for helping this channel stay alive. I get to make awesome videos, especially ones for Halloween, because of you guys. More spooky videos will be on the way, so stay tuned to Anime America.